So I don't know if you guys know this about me, but in high school, my nickname was Trash King.
Oh,
That's what we're doing. We're heading. Well, welcome back to Hollywood Animal. We finally unlocked our studio specialization, and we're heading down the Trash King route, so we can make weirder movies that are still good, right? I want to make weird movies that people really like, that the popcorn really likes. Okay. Not they ask no questions. This was a script that I'm having. I want to say Chris Gearhard level up on. Okay, which is fine. We're not going to be producing that. We're not going to be producing that. But do we have any ideas? We do. We have an adventure in a modern American town with a cop. Okay, that's good. Gearhard, cut your teeth on that. Keep writing. Go. Something else just popped up. Not another cop movie. Okay, we just found a sheriff. Bernard, and he leveled up from that, which is excellent, right? We could have him working on a comedy right now, but I want you to get more story elements. We can create more stories, more better. Not another cop movie is a what? It's a comedy detective adventure set in a modern American city. Yeah. All right, it dropped down a little bit. But hey, Carmen leveled up. Okay. Good. I wish we had some better posters. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not great. We'll go here. Not another cop movie. Distribution. I don't want this competing with the Lost City of Raul. So let's go here. We're going to max out our theaters. 1, 2. Yeah, that should be fine. Well, we go here. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so we don't need any more of this. Don't need any rentals. We don't need this. Let's apply that. Advertising, let's try to get that 3 weeks ahead of time, and we can advertise this up until Memorial Day. I mean, 1, 2, 3, yeah, do that. This is a comedy, it's a comedy action cop movie, so it's gonna be guy heavy. A lot of our films have been guy heavy. We'll get the ladies involved in here for sure. We're gonna get some. As we get more story elements, we're gonna start opening the doors to have more, Ripley's, more Alice, more, more the rules that Michelle Rodriguez would take, or Sigourney Weaver, things like that, right? Okay, in Birmingham, Alabama, 4 were killed during a race riot. Oh God. Okay. The media cites the release of the comedy Anthony and Dushana as a source of the contention. Rioting began after Birmingham Methodist Bishop Thomas Bazzi wrote an open letter against the film calling for violence. In the story of Anthony and Dushana, a white linguistic professor named Anthony bets a colleague that he can teach a black girl Dushana good manners and proper speech. In the end, he falls in love with the girl and kisses her on the lips. Many viewers were violently outraged by the scene because they're fucking idiots. Some called the film a disgusting piece of work, and those people that called it that are also idiots, which was spitting on the souls of American, and they're the mega idiots. In the letter that sparked the riot, Bishop Thomas Bazzi wrote that the film was an offense against the white face of God and declared that if blah 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 blah. Yeah, you know what, Tommy? How about you take your toothless inbred ass and truck your ass back to Alabama? Okay, so this is the Pollux Award. We're not nominated for anything here. No surprise. We don't have a Best Actor. We are nominated for Best Actress. okay, for her role in Endless Candle. So Jane was nominated. And Anthony, right? Anthony and Jane, Endless Candle, they were both nominated. Okay. Dang, we actually got more nominations than I thought. We got Best Cinematographer here for Jacob Berth. Yeah. All right. Got some nominations under our belt. Eddie becomes a master of shootouts. The director has established himself with this theme. So this means the theme or event which the director is usually associated after providing his skill over the years. So if we were to do a shootout movie, we want Eddie to direct it because people are like, yeah, dude, this is what I'm here for. This is like Tarantino's dialogue. This is like Guy Ritchie's, slow motion, witty English banner, right? Which is great. In Bed with the Mob. Remember, In Bed with the Mob is an action comedy that's was spoofing the idea that we took $1 million from the mob. Holy cow, Bone Grinder. Okay, so now Bone Grinder is going to become an ally instead of an enemy. For once, the movie Tycoons dared a bold experiment, but sadly it simply came too late. The audience that nurtured and raised will never accept such a film. Nevertheless, the attempt is commendable. Okay. All right, Bone Grinder, welcome to my side of things. I told you we were going to get there in the end. I told you were going to start seeing things my way. Bernice leveled up. I mean, she's capped, but it's okay. Yeah. Let's go. All right, In Bed with the Mob is in theaters right now. Go see that. Earhard's working on a film. Felix is working on our thriller action. Yeah, good. So one of the things that we need to do as a studio, because this is the 1930s, and like I said, this film doesn't shy away from the parts of Hollywood and the parts of really society from a time that is, sadly realistic. Okay, so we're gonna dive into that, and we're gonna try to maintain the ability to say, no, you know what? I don't care what a bunch of morons in Alabama or whatever, and nothing against Alabama, right? And whatever your beliefs are, but you don't need to riot, and you don't need to lose your shit because someone who's a linguistic professor kissed a lady. Like, that's all it is, right? It's a relationship between two people. Love is love. So we're gonna go in, and one of the things that we need to do after we get with our human resources upgrades is we're gonna grab our ethnic composition, which will allow us to maintain and keep the diversity in our studio. Okay, because I want people with different ideas. I want people with different backgrounds. I want people with different worldviews. I want people to feed themselves into the stories that we're creating from all different angles and all different personalities and all different creeds and races and sexualities and everything like that. And then we're going to stick to our guns as time travelers, and we're going to bring this to the 1930s. Okay, off a soapbox. God, Herman Welsh. Yeah, dude, you can stay. All right, so now we got new story elements every 6 months. The head of the script department will automatically develop a new story element every 6 months. Good, like that. Let's go and well, we're gonna need sequels as part of our Trash King empire. But if we were to get more story elements, let's get more story elements. I have a ton of influence. I mean, we could go all the way up to like... And I can get more influence by going to the mayor. Right? So... let's do this. 144 days. We'll grab that. So we get more story elements. And then what we can do... oops. Okay, Outside Among the Corn. Felix wrote this. It's a pretty good script. Artistically, it's very good, though. So, that's interesting. Well, that is interesting. Outcast, serial killer, mentor. Yep, I mean, it's got some... The audience might not like this. Right? But that doesn't mean that we're not going to try. We need to push the envelope. We need to push the envelope. And we're going to give this a really good chance. So... Owen likes location shooting. Interesting. We could do a mix of both here. So we could go to soundstage C2. We could go here, because now we have better locations because of our scouting office. We'll go here, and we'll go here. But then, you know, the abandoned house, the lake. Well, yeah. We'll do this on our soundstage. But we'll do a lot of it on location because he really likes location shooting. So this should lend to him doing better with this. Filming technology, we're going to use the extra. We unlocked that last time. You'll get more props, more extras, more crew. We're going to go there. Producer on this one. You know what? Samuel has 2 movies left with us. Yeah. Director. Okay, so let's see. Sisman has 1 movie left with us. He's capped. I do want to grab him back, though, I think. So we'll burn his contract on this. For our Outcast, you know, she's right in line. So we could do Bernice. And then for our mentor, we're gonna try to need someone who's a little bit older. Rosa, this could be you. And then our serial killer, we could go with... Ooh, let's see if we could get... Now, in the comments, let me know a movie where someone like the old grandpa, so someone like not Sean Connery, but kind of someone like a who would be like a, well, I mean, hell, we could go, you know, you could go John Lithgow, right, where he was like a comedy guy and he was like kind of an older grandpa and things like that, and he did 30 Rock and you know, so, or not 30 Rock, he did Third Rock from the Sun, things like that, right? But then he ended up going to Dexter. You know, he became a serial killer, right? So let me know in the comments someone of that caliber, something like that. So we'll put Gabriel in this. And $500,000 for this. No, all right, go. Go. Okay. Out Amongst the Corn. We have a problem with our pirate film. Wilson Newman hardly ever sticks to the script and is constantly improvising. The director is following him. Okay. Let him improvise as he likes. It'll be a lower quality film. Tell the director that everything has to go to script. His loyalty will drop and happiness will decrease. Adapt the lines of the supporting actor to the lead actor's improvisations. Yes, we have line editing for this. Or rolling edits, actually. Yeah, I mean, if he wants to improv, let's see what he can come up with. And have the other actors play off of that. Felix, you're not currently working on anything. We could create a new idea for Felix. A comedy tropical island detective. This could be like Knives Out, right? Or The Glass Onion. Hercule Poirot type thing, you know, where there's a little bit of humor. I don't hate this. Felix, can you do something with this? Okay, good. Okay, let's get time ticking along here. So In Bed with the Mob, I think, is making some money. Chris didn't find anything. He has a 1 in 4 chance of doing it, so as long as RNG is with us, we're gonna have him try that again. In Bed with the Mob, week 4 has made $500,000. Ooh. Okay, so whenever we've okay. Oh god. So we did win for a cinematographer. Okay, so Jimmy won for cinematographer. That gave us a ton of influence and some reputation. You get experience if you're nominated, right? But he's going to be an award winner now. He's an award-winning cinematographer. Arthur, that's your job. The day before his inauguration, Franklin Delano Roosevelt promised a series of reforms that would restore the bank, stabilize prices, and reduce unemployment. The president-elect assured everyone that America would see a positive change within his first 100 days of administration. The media called Roosevelt's policy the New Deal. Yes, this is how we're going to get out of the Great Depression. However, that is, that's going to come. We're running up against real history. It is 1933. Right? Let's just say things are going to pop off. Week 4, 84%, expand distribution. And we're back in the black, baby. All right, so we have surveillance on competitors. So we can see what the competitors are doing. I think, how dark do we want to go here? Do we want to have an ops center? I think let's get our own protection. I don't want to spend any money at the moment. I have a lot of influence, but I want to build that up. So yeah, let's get our own protection. Let's see here. If we were to go to, where's my security office? Right here. If we were to go to surveillance, organized surveillance on the Gernstein brothers. Okay. I mean, or what? What would this do? Damn, they have some good quality writers. See, our cinematographers are actually, we have some better cinematographers. Like if we were to say, hey, Paul Freeman is your best director, I want you to do surveillance on him. I mean, Robert is only a level 1. Let's just try it. Let's just see what this generates. Like, I don't know. What would this do? Can we find secrets about him? Is there something we could use maybe against him? I don't know. Jay, you're head of our script department. Yeah. You've been in this for the long haul, my guy. Jose's back from vacation. The Lost City of Raul. Okay, go ahead. We're cranking along here. It's a C. Bone Grinder loves it. I told you he was going to come on our side of things. Me and Bone Grinder are going to be buds, bro. We're going to be buds. Let's slow down. We are going a little fast. I'm going to get my trash pit in 3 days. All right, Lost City of Raul is down 862,000. A little dyslexia there, but it's only week 1, so we should be okay. I'm gonna take a sip of coffee real fast. Okay, so we have our trash pit. The Toxic Avenger. A poor loser endowed with incredible strength after falling into some chemicals, his body may be covered in stinking pustules and bleeding scabs, but his soul is pure and his thirst for justice. Yes. Yes. A killer toaster. A ruthless machine that roasts its victims until golden brown. Thank you. Oh my god. Wizard War. Is there any power that can stand against spells, curses, and potions? Alright, this is the list of recipes for creating trash elements. The ingredients are quite common, but the results will surely surprise you. Each recipe lists the elements which combine to create a trash element. If you don't have the ingredients yet, you won't be able to create that trash element. Okay. Assign a screenwriter to create a trash element using a selected recipe. Okay. Okay, so if we have a sheriff... Oh, we don't have a sheriff as a supporting character. Interesting. Interesting. This story element hasn't been researched yet. Okay. Well, what do we have here? What is this? We have... Oh, see, we need a curse. Okay. All right. Good. So every 6 months, our studio head is going to give us more elements, right? That's why I wanted to go so fast down that road. Jane is a 3-9. She's very very loyal, very happy. She's been with us for a while. She is 30 years old. She was a nominee, right? She was a Pollux Award nominee. Yeah, I thought wasn't she nominated? I mean, with extended medical coverage, we'll get Jane for 3 years. I like it. Okay. We have a lot going on here. Outside among the corn. 102,000. The audience doesn't like it. Critics don't like it. This one, we're pushing the envelope. We're just trying to see how far we can get away with. Right? What can we get away with here? Right? We'll put security on it. Okay. Dead Men Tell No Tales, or pirate film. And this is an expensive movie. But it gets a bump.
Oh.
You know? Jane Fisher leveled up. Good. That's why we kept her on. I want to say she is a nominee. I want to say she is a nominee for the Pollux Award. Editor, Emma. Composer... I think with a pirate movie, you know, one of the hallmarks of like good adventures is the score, is the music. So we'll go with our better one there. We'll go with Adam. We're gonna use our own stuff. There we go. Okay. So the Lost City of Rowell is still losing money. In Bed with the Mob is making $1 million. New publication has begun writing about cinema, the never-ending adventures. If you possess an inquisitive mind and burning heart, our magazine will turn even the youngest of you into true treasure hunters, monster slayers, and conquerors of the stars, and we're not afraid of any dangers along the way. I love it. Let's advertise with them. Let's, you know. Okay, so, I mean, our agent was revealed. And Paul Freeman lost loyalty with us. And Paul Freeman wasn't one of my directors, so I don't really care. Gabriel Rotowski insists that meeting a real maniac will help him play a serial killer better. Okay, so he's a method actor. That's fine. So... okay. We could say no, and then this will decrease. But this is why we have friends, right? I have friends who are real killers, okay? It will be a higher quality film, and his happiness will go up, right? So I could go to the bootleggers, who I haven't used any points with, and say, hey, I need you to show this guy around, and show him a taste of what it means to be a real tough guy, right? I could have him go to prison It'll be a higher quality film. His happiness will increase. His loyalty will increase by 10%, by 10. And this would be with the police. We haven't really used the bootleggers for anything yet, so we're gonna go there. This is why networking is so important. A cloudy eye. Oh, this was an XP piece. Yeah. Earhart, no thanks. You gave it a valiant effort. It was fine. Do I have anything? Action, modern American cop. Okay. Comedy, Wild West detective. So let's go here. Let's have Gearhart work on this. See if you can just, push something out there. And I need more story elements to be able to use our trash pad. So we need to keep finding more story elements, which our department head is going to do. In Bed with the Mob, week 8. Attendance is 0%. There was only 2 screenings, so that's fine. Let's end distribution there. We'll reap the benefits on that. It's good. It was in a number 2 spot. That's good. All right. Lost City of Raoul has made $55,000. Fine. Jay is going to find us new story elements every 6 months. Every 6 in-game months, he's going to find us story elements. Okay? So we also have our guys researching more story elements. Is any of my writers not working on anything? No. Everyone is working on something. If we can find a cheap writer... I mean, I said cheap. If we can find a cheap writer... I'm trying to find someone at $200 range with uncapped potential. $100 range with uncapped potential would be really good. Yeah. Okay, and you like historical. Elkin. $100 a month. So $1,200 a year. Yeah. Elkin, I would like you to come work for us. And I'm going to put you to work immediately, and I'm going to have you find me... We need supporting characters, right? For our trash pit. Okay, so the Lost City of Raoul, it had 100% attendance week 1, 98% of attendance, 55, and then 31. 10 would be what? 500, so 1,500? So 100% of the people that, went to... How do I make this math sound work? Okay, so 70% of the theater of these screenings were empty. Okay, so if we were to go and say, hey, now I have not another cop movie here, right? And I don't want to take, I'm not trying to take away from that, and I can't. That's what this red line is for. But what I could do is I could go and say, hey, let's go to 1,500 here. Right? Because that's at 30%. And then we'll say, okay, let's go to half of that here. And then this, this kind of drops off, and that's because our other film is there. Right? But we're not paying for any other screenings or anything like that. We're just going to try to maximize the 100% of the percentages that we have, right? So if I could fill that 31% to 100%, 60% of the time it works 100% of the time. Sex Panther. You guys get what I'm trying to say. I'm in the math of it here. If I could get 100% of the seats that we did fill for those couple weeks, then we should be able to get some more money. And I already own those theaters, so it doesn't matter. And in fact, right, now that we have, back up in the 2.7 million mark, if we were to go to our cinemas here, okay, and say, hey, let's go with let's bring this to 161. Now we'll have 805 screenings. Okay. There's only 952 of these theaters left. So let's take them before our competitors take them. Okay. Spend some money, but we're spending money to make money. Increase the minimum wage of ordinary employees. The minimum wage for ordinary employees will increase by 75%. Okay. So this is an initiative that we could do with the Film Studio Alliance if we wanted to. That would cost influence. That's fine. High quality costumes and props. Good. 2 upgrades. Scouts work 20% faster. International scouting locations would be cool. Takes 3 years. High quality sets, I think, would be really good. And how much could I do here? We could do that. I haven't got much influence on this. We could do a mayor's party. Yeah. I mean, we could do a mayor's party. So we'll get this in 400 days. It'll cost us a bit of money, a bit of influence. I like it. And then what we'll do is we'll go to our friends. We'll go to Senior Mayor. Hello, sir. I'd like to attend your party. Acquire. And that gives us 300 more influence. All right? Yeah. That's good. Anything I can do with the mob? I could search for blackmail material. I mean, sure. The police. I think we're okay. I don't think we need to do cinema raids or anything like that. Okay. Good. I wish there was a way we could see not another cop movie. Whoop, that's the sound of the police. All right. Bone Grinder hates it because it's it's the old us. It was the old studio's way of doing things, where we were making things very predictable, where we were making things very set to the norms and the standards, right? It's just a cop comedy, which we'll keep making because I don't truly care about Bone Grinder that much. But I do want him to give us better reviews if possible. It's just, it's not gonna rain on my parade. It's not gonna ruin the day for me. I do wish there was a way, and I don't know if there is, if there was a way where I could see all of our research. What is this? Okay, these are my scripts. Okay, so we're researching the water tower there. Free contact termination, $1,000 in cash per month, professional achievement, reputation for loyalty. Okay. 7 story elements will be in 72 days. Protection against surveillance in about a year. Superior sound is a year and a half. Analytics and statistics will be about a year. High quality sets is a year. 2 projects per producer. This is excellent. Okay, this is going to finish pretty soon. That's good. Auxiliary film crew and car and driver. Okay. So it's pretty soon our producers are going to be able to put in double work, which means we can make more movies. Captain for a day. This isn't a terrible script. What is this? Who was this? Felix. All right. What is this? Detective, drama, comedy, Tropical Island, detective, corrupt official. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Felix, let's get that out there. Cinematographer. 900 days, 3 movies, 900. So, let's go with go with Michael here, so we can use his contract a little bit, get some use out of him. He doesn't like filming on location. That's fine. I have a superior soundstage. Okay, good. Filming technologies are extra. I love it. The Dominus, I like that too. See, now we could go to high quality props and costumes. And this will help the film as well. Producer on this one. Yeah, Elmer. That's good. Director on this one is going to be... I only have one movie left with Anthony. But I have 700 days with Jesus, and I want my directors to be on a per film basis. Right? So... 190 days. Alright, we can get Wilson here. Corrupt official. This could be Max. I mean, he's... Oh, well, he's been a corrupt official before. You know, Jose is a superstar. He's a 4'8". He could lift this up a little bit. I don't think he's ever been a corrupt official. He was a detective a lot. Yeah. Okay, let's do that. And then we can renew his contract. Captain for a day. 317,000. 89 days to shoot. Let's go. Okay, Bernard didn't find anything for us there. I could have him write a comedy, but I kind of want you to find something. I want our writers working on better stuff. We can limp on with what we have now in terms of our elements. Okay, Dead Men Tell No Tales, $500,000. It drops in post because it always drops in post. But it stayed in that middle of the road range. Okay, that's what we can hope for here. Emma. All right, so Adam, you're capped at a 6, but you know that's still our best composer. That's still our best composer. I like it with the knife. I definitely want the 4th of July if we can. And we have no competition. We have nothing else. None of our own films are doing this here. I mean, if we're going to do that, then I want this to launch on the holiday weekend. Yeah. This is a good 4th of July film. This is a popcorn film. Let's start advertising this, you know. Do we need to do it on Memorial Day? Let's kind of go like a month in advance. And we're probably going to extend this out a little bit. You know, all right, so Young Men, billboards for sure. Radio, magazine, newspapers. You know, dude, you know what? This is a pirate movie. Kids love pirates. Comic books? Hell yeah, let's get kids in here. Yeah. Good. Okay. So week 2, not another cop movie. Okay, so we had 2 screenings. They were 100% full. This is fun. I think this is the end of Lost City of Raoul. We'll just end distribution for us there. This was a profitable film, so we get more reputation. Goes into our bank account. Week 3, not another cop movie's making money. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. Okay. Now, if we were to create trash elements, we have to combine things together. So we're going to need to find these things, which is what our studio, or, you know, our department head is doing every 6 months. So I don't know if that's from starting on January, but we should see that on June. Head of producer's office. You're making $400 a month? Yeah. Stay. Stay. Not another cop movie. Made 658,000 in its first 4 weeks. Just extend distribution on that. Yeah, good. Where do I have anything that is like falling apart? Yes, our scouting office is. Let's repair that for $55,000. Okay. Captain for a day. 79,000. Film score, you know, okay, popcorn score goes up, fine. It's a comedy, you know, kind of detective on a tropical island. And then the artistic score goes down. No surprise there. Right? We're not reinventing anything the art world hasn't seen, but everyone added to this. And I think that's what our goal is going to be, is try to get everyone, the right people on the right job. We'll have plenty of services for Crafty. Do I have any Securus? Yep, I have Bob. So go ahead. There you go. Awesome. Okay, let's see. What horribleness is going on here? Thousands marched against the corrupt mayor down Grand Avenue in Los Angeles. The protesters called chiefly for a fight against crime, and many at the rally carried signs with insults aimed at Fred Carpenter. At the end of the event, the district attorney Stripes addressed his supporters. Mayor Carpenter likes to mangle my name, but after I kick him out of City Hall, he'll remember the name Stripes for the rest of his life. According to the latest polls, 65% of voters remain committed to the current mayor of Los Angeles, Fred Carpenter, while 20% are supporting his rivals, Richard Stripes. So again, a very loud minority is going and causing, you know, all sorts of chaos, so that way they can kind of promote their ideals, right? Is Fred a good mayor? I mean, I don't know. He's a little bit corrupt, sure, you know, but he is currently our only way of getting influence. And now that I'm stacked up against, you know, like the Gernsteins and stuff like that, and Evergreen in the Alliance, I'm going to need influence, I think. So I think it's in our best interest to keep the mayor. Chris, you didn't find a story element. I really need you to do one, man, but we'll bounce this between something here. Okay, comedy, modern American town, working man. That's at least a coherent script. I like it. Chris, you can start working on that. Thriller, modern American city with a working man. I like that. Felix, you can start writing that. All right. Yeah, perfect. Good. Okay, so next time what we're gonna do, guys, we're gonna try to keep getting our story elements. We're gonna see what we can do to keep our buddy the mayor in office. You know, we've worked with him in the past. We've donated to him and things like that. We're gonna keep moving towards having a commitment for that diversity and bringing on our version of strangeness. And we're not gonna accept, if possible, any form of censorship. No one is gonna tell us what movies we can and can't make. I'm going to be the one to tell us what movies we can and can't make. So we're going to continue on that in the next one. If you guys saw this video, like the video. And if you did like the video, consider subscribing. I'm super excited to keep going with Hollywood Animal. I hope you are as well. You guys have a great day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.